Planet Zoo has been rated E10 Plus by the ESRB for crude humor, mild blood, and mild violence. It is generally suitable for people aged 10 years and up. From the turreted castle and Main Street to Monte Cristo Island and Kukwana Land, Bartholomew Zenon's Zenon Land is protected by the Night Sheriff. Day and night, he is burdened by a witch's curse to be aware of all that live and play within the massive fantasy theme park. Now an attack on the park by a monster hunter who knows far too much threatens everything, guests, staff, and fellow supernaturals taking refuge in the park. The Night Sheriff must scramble to uncover not only the source of the threat, but secrets of the park of which even he was not aware. If he doesn't, he may be doomed. The park may be doomed. Even the world may be doomed. And that's a lot of doom. Get your copy at Amazon.com today. Hey kids, how you doing? This is Jack. Welcome back to the Sequoia Park Zoo, which is doing quite well, thank you very much. I added some trees, as you can see. I started decorating the buildings. I'm going to do some of that on camera, some of that off camera. It just depends. I put in the restaurants over here. This is an information booth. And way over here we have a pair of bathrooms. And I also added some benches to sit on. Otherwise, no major changes. But like I said, the zoo is going pretty good for only having one animal. And speaking of only having one animal, I want to go ahead and start adding the second. Now what we're going to add is the Alpine Ibex, and we're going to put it over here. So, like I said, I hope you're all doing very well. I'm doing okay. Got a little bit of a sinus issue going on, but it's the weather. It is what it is. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good, and I hope you are too. I hope you're doing just well. So, I've been contemplating, and I don't know yet what I'm going to do about it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But what I've been contemplating is whether or not I want to include temperate animals, not grassland animals. I don't want to include grassland animals, but temperate, T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-E, temperate animals in the zoo. I'm thinking I might. I'm not going to add all of them. I don't see, for example, I don't see an alligator habitat being all that appropriate for the zoo. But other temperate animals, I could easily see them being just fine. It would all depend. All right. Now let's see, where are we going to put we're going to put it right here. I'm going to put the gate right here. All right, and let's give it a keeper hut because I'm including a free keeper hut with every single habitat. All right, let's see how far out I got to make this one. Oh, not that far at all. Right there. All right. And then let's get the staff path in. I was using gray, right? That'll work. We'll just connect this like so. Now, we'll go ahead and change, for now, we will change the barrier to steel mesh, and that'll let us put the animals in. Okay, Alpine Ibex. Facilities without power. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that. One moment. Okay, we have 2 juveniles and 3 adults. All right, let's get this set up. Ibex habitat. And it's going to be looked at by the mechanic every 3 months, by the veteran every month, and by the keeper every month. So let's do something about this building not having any power. 500 for the generator or 2,000 for the solar panel. I'm going with the generator. All right. And there, it's all connected. Okay, this just popped up and I want to pause it while I look at it. Adopt a habitat species, $1,000 reward. Adopt and place 2 different habitat species, claim reward. That's nice. So let's put this back on go. Do I have anything to drink in here? No? Hold on a second. Oh yes, that sound that you heard was a bunch of melting ice hitting the bottom of my cup. Okay, let's look. Alpine Ibex. All right, 2 adults, or 3 adults, and 2 kids. They need 540 meters and none of this. Grade 2, 4.5. So what we got, how much space we got here? Is there enough? More than enough. I'm giving them like twice the amount of space. Look at this. The terrain is fine as it is. Temperature's good. Coverage 11%. All right. I'm going to pause this again because we just had another one go up. Guest numbers. Have at least 300 guests in the zoo, $1,000 reward. There you go. There you go. All right. And many guests think your tickets are underpriced. Okay, well, let's look at the ticket price. Well, $3. Let's raise it to 5. Still not very much, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. This is Ludovic. We're going to rename Ludovic. We're going to rename him to... You know what? No. We're going to let him keep Ludovic. Who do we get here? Florinda? Okay. And this is Katerina. Luzia. I like these names. They're, you know, Eastern European, but sure. That's appropriate. All right, let's go back to Ludovic. Ludwig. However you want to pronounce it. Okay. He needs more rock. Might give him a little soil. Okay, let's unpause it and go. Rock. Okay. I'm going to make this smaller, and then I'm going to come around. The rock is going to be on the side of the slope here, and then some down around this way. What do we got? We need more rock. Okay. All right, we'll paste it over here and then along the back wall. All right, now I'm going to pause it again because I want to look at something. That is, can he get out? Yes, he can get out over here. All right, so what we need to do is we need to put in some fences. I looked at the fences that I, the collection of fences that I plan on using, and I think what I want to do is I want to add this fence over this rock formation, because I think that would be appropriate. What we'll do is we'll just move it in here, and that looks about right. And we'll move it in so it's actually embedded in the side of the cliff, like so. And then we'll just bring it around. All right. Come on. There we go. So after we get the, I'm speaking in the royal we, guys. I'm very sorry about that. After the escape lanes are taken care of by doing this thing with the fence, we're going to add in shelter, probably food first, because, you know, food is good. Animals like to eat. But let's go back to checking out escape lanes. Aha, you see, now they can't go over the rocks, so that's a good thing. All right, so I'm going to turn on my build light. Why does it always turn dark as soon as, you know what, never mind. But it is a question. It's like, you know, it often goes dark while I'm building. Climbing rocks for the mountain goats. Whoa! Nope, sorry, not gonna happen. We are not going to have half of the thingy get taken out by the other half of the thingy with one toy. That's not gonna happen. Okay, what's desert, grassland, tundra, generic, North American temperate, taiga. Well, it's kind of huge, but okay. Let's see about getting this sunk to the point that the animals can use it. Like so. Okay. And then I'm going to smooth out that terrain because it did take a chunk out of the terrain. But rather than rock, let's make this soil. There we go. That works. Okay. Drop ball can be over here. Grazing ball we will put up over there. Hanging grazer. Well, let's see what I got as far as options. Yeah, I like this. It's the same one I'm using in the other habitat. Okay, that's good. Melon feeder. Sure, we'll put that over here. All right. According to this, they don't need a lot of hard shelter. And technically, this habitat is finished. But what I want to see, I want to add, is just a resting area that's got some cover on it, you know? A lot of these are very African in nature, and that's not what I'm looking for. Well, hold on, maybe I should do this. Shade. We got nice shade for animals and guests. Yes, it's nice. It's also huge. Large umbrella shade. Ooh. That's an idea. I like the look of that. What do you think, guys? You like that? I kind of like that. Let's adjust the height a little, and we'll bring it up here. And then we'll spin it. What is the onlyest number that you'll ever do? There we go. Now, I'm going to give him some bedding. Okay. This is technically a completed habitat. Technically. Playing with the ball. Even the goats like to play with the ball. Okay, let's check with Ludwig. Looks like he's happy. Looks like everybody's happy. Alright. I'm going to do one other thing here, just to make sure. Okay. These are the two juveniles are both girls, and I do not want Ludwig getting slap happy with the girls. So, just to maintain population control, everybody goes on birth control except one breeding pair. Now, alrighty. This was surprisingly easy. I don't have my clock on again. I forgot to turn my clock on, so I don't know how much time we've spent on this so far, but so far it's been remarkably easy. And that surprised me. I did not expect it to be that easy. But hey, I will, as they say, take it. I'm not going to complain. You know, especially not at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's the life of somebody who has chronic insomnia. I fall asleep at weird hours, and then it turns out that, you know what, since you slept for 4 hours between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., you're going to be awake until 5 a.m. the next morning. Because that's just the way it goes. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I expect this to be just about the most quote-unquote difficult part of the build, and that's only because it's slightly tedious. Otherwise, you know, it's not that difficult at all. Here comes the sun, doobie-doobie. You gotta love George Harrison and the Beatles, guys. No, I mean it. You got to. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. That was a joke. I'm not so arrogant as to presume to dictate what people listen to. If you like other music, you like other music. But, you know, how can you dislike the Beatles? So, hi, I need to perform an experiment, so I'm going to pause this because I need you to do something. Alright, that tells me how much lower I need to go with the fence, right? And if it turns out they can jump this fence, I'll add some mesh over the top of it. All right. So, I've been having a pretty good time lately. There have been a couple of health issues that come up, and some of them are kind of worrying, but I don't want to, I don't want to drag you into my problems. But overall, I've been having a pretty good time. Made an absolutely amazing pot roast the other day. And yes, you will occasionally hear me talking about cooking because, I'm a retired chef. I loved being a chef. I still love being a chef because I'm still technically a chef. I just don't do it as a job anymore. But once you got those skills, you got those skills. And I made dinner for my parents. It was a pot roast with carrots and potatoes and onions, root vegetable kind of arrangement. And I made a really great sauce for it from scratch because, hey, chef, right? And everybody loved it, and there was leftovers, and I took them home, and I ended up eating them for breakfast the next day because that is what you do. Tonight I think I'm making chili, or if not chili, maybe I don't know, maybe chili mac or just even spaghetti. I haven't made spaghetti in a month of Sundays. That's a long time in Southern speak. By the way, I know I don't sound it. I actually worked to get rid of my accent, but I did at one time have a classic Southern accent, and of course, it was the Florida accent because I'm born and raised in Florida, right? A lot of people don't even know that the Florida accent is a thing. Mostly it's because most people who live in Florida were born in Ohio. That's a fact, by the way. Most people who were born in Florida, but most people who live in Florida were born in Ohio. But, the Florida accent kind of died out. You can still hear it sometimes when a person's trying to do it intentionally, like I'm doing right now. The Florida accent, when compared to other southern accents, is a bit milder than most others. We don't sound as broad as, say, the Georgia accent or even something along the lines of the Tennessee accent, but we are still Southern. Except now, of course, most Southerners are Northerners, or most Floridians, rather, are Northerners. Let me check one more time to see whether they can get out of this. No, that'll do it. Okay, I did want to add one more thing. Let's go to blueprints. Taiga rock. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, what I want basically is to give some cover to this back wall so it doesn't just look like it's shaped earth. So I'm going to add some rocks to it along these lines. Not over the entire thing, just in a couple of spaces. Like that, right? Okay, and then that'll work. There. What else do we need? We need info boards like this. And, you know, because you always got to get education. The more educated that the people are, the guests are, the more they donate. That's how it works. That's why we waste time with the info signs. And when I say waste time, I'm joking, of course, because you want your people to know what the animals are. They want to. If you've ever been to a zoo, look at how many people stop and read signs about whatever, you know. Doesn't even have to be about the animal that they're specifically watching at the moment. Okay. Ding, ding, dong. I think this game has some of the best music. Okay. Then we need some donation buckets. Oh, yeah, and we can unpause this again. I sometimes forget. We're going to put a donation bucket there. Going to put one there. And we'll put one there. Let's go get the covers, because we're gonna have covers. There we go. Okay. All right, and then what I need to do after this, what I need to do is add the educator talk. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to add these first. We might as well just go in the order that you can see them, right? Now, the neat thing is, I like how these two habitats resemble one another. And I know what you might be thinking, but Jack, they're almost copies. And I'm like, have you ever been to a zoo? Most zoo habitats look like one another. I mean, sure, there will be drastic differences for certain things. You know, a bear habitat's not going to look identical to a tiger habitat, but it'll still be recognized as being a habitat in the same zoo. And there's really nothing wrong with that at all. All right, let's see. This is Ibex talk. Whoops. Alpine Ibex. These are goats, not deer, and we will make this happen in May. Music's still good. All right. Yes. Okay, we have another reward. Released wild breed habitat species. Ah, somebody had babies. All right, let's see, what's this? Speaker 17, right. Alpine Ibex, and we're going to pop that open by 2. Okay, speaker 16. Alpine Ibex, and we're just going to increase it by 1. And speaker 18. Alpine Ibex, and again by 2. All right. What else does it need? Let's go get the cover for the talk. All right. Okay, there we go. Now, we have to do something real quick, and that is add all this to the work zones. So prepare to zoom out. Woo! Okay, custodial services. Education services. Veterinary services. Zoo maintenance. Zoo security. And the vendors. While we're at it, the girl who's been working the information need to go to the vendors. There we go. All right, so now we've got the work zones all set up. We've got the info set up. We've got the talks set up. We've got everything set up. The deer look, or the goats look happy. Everything looks happy. You know what? I'm going to add a little more rock here. And I know this is a big, huge thing, but I'm not planning on using it all. What I want to do is basically this. Just like that. Because I think that looks better. And while we're at it, let's add some more trees. Okay. Taiga. Continent is Europa. All right. What do we got for big trees? There's the Scots pine. Okay, I think that's working. I think that really, really does work. Many guests think tickets are underpriced, so let's take care of that again. Let's go to $8. $8 is not enough. Let's go to $10. Alright, that's good. And while we're at it, let's make sure that they're going to be happy with their food. I don't plan on spending a lot of money on it, but there we go. Okay, I think this is great. I think this works. And everything's good over here. We still got goodness over here. How about there we go. You can never have too many benches. You can never have too many trash cans. All right, guys. That's it for the build, and I think it really worked wonderfully. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw in the temperate animals. So we put in the Alpine Ibex today, and in later episodes we are going to be adding another animal. Probably the next episode will be about decoration and things like that. Also, I need to start thinking about exhibit species. And I don't think there's all that many exhibit species which fit the type of animals that we're using. You know, the diamondback terrapin's an interesting idea. The Danube crested newt's an interesting idea. Some of these animals I don't know about including, but we will see. I probably will include the platypus, but I'm not sure I'm going to include the gharial, for example. Moose is going to be a definite. Red fox, red crowned crane, striped sun bear, timberwolf, western diamondback rattlesnake. It's more of a desert animal, I think. Even though what I really wish is if they'd let us put in, say, the timber rattlesnake, which is found here in Florida. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. So if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And lastly, tell me what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I doing a pretty good job? What do you think of the look of the zoo? You know, whatever you want to tell me. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.